Hello, today we are going to be working on solving word problems with money. We are going to be working on using both addition and subtraction to solve them. So, it's time we review. We have now worked on solving both addition and subtraction word problems, but now it's time to put our skills to the test and try and pick out what word problems are addition and which ones are subtraction before we solve. But before we do that, let's take another look at our proficiency scale. So, what have we covered so far? Well, according to our proficiency scale, we are almost at our 3. We have worked on solving some word problems that involve dimes, quarters, pennies, nickels, and dollars, and writing our dollar and cent symbol appropriately, but we haven't quite worked on solving word problems while trying to determine if we need to subtract and addition. We have just been focusing on one. So we still need to cover how to pick out if we need to subtract or if we need to add, which we will be doing in this lesson. So now let's take a minute and think. Is there anything that you might need to know more on and you might need more practice on? Just think and kind of brainstorm that. If you need a little more time to think, you can pause the video and then press play when you're ready to move to the next step. So our next step. Since our last 2 lessons we have focused on either just addition or just subtraction word problems, it is now time for us to work on seeing a mix of both and being able to solve them. When solving a mix of addition and subtraction word problems, there are a few very important things for us to do. The first thing for us to do, when looking at word problems that are a mix of subtraction or addition, and there is not only one type of problem but a few addition and a few subtraction on that page, the first thing we should do is look for our clue word. Our clue word allows us to know if they want us to subtract or add in the word problem to find our answer. So our subtraction clue words, again, are subtract, difference, decrease, take away, less, fewer, minus, how many more, and how much more. Our addition clue words are add, sum, plus, join, combine, altogether, both, in all, total, and increase. The second thing for us to remember is that we still need to use what we have learned about place value when solving these problems. Place value is so important in order for us to get the value correct, so it's important to remember and use what we know and have learned. So let's follow along. I am now going to be solving some word problems that we have no idea if they're addition or subtraction. Let's use our clues to try and figure that out. So why don't you follow along with me as I solve them? If you want to work along with me and on your piece of paper, you can, and just solve if you think you need a little more time. You can pause the video whenever you need to and press play when you're ready to move to the next step. So our first problem. Kelly was counting the money in her piggy bank. She has 3 dimes, 2 quarters, and 2 $1 bills. She wants to have $5 in her piggy bank. How much more does she need to get to have that much? So first, let's look for our clue word. Can you find it? Oh, I did. It says how much more. Remember, how much more? What is that? How much more means we are subtracting, right? So how much does Kelly have? Once we add up her cents, we get to that 80 cents. We have to make sure we change it so it has that dollar sign in front. And we have the 80 is now behind our decimal. So we're going to take our 80 cents plus our $2, which equals $2.80. It's now time for us to subtract. We're going to take that $5 that she wants to have in her piggy bank and subtract it from what she does have. So we're going to take $5 minus $2.80 equals $2.20. So how much more money does Kelly need to get to $5? Kelly needs $2.20 more. Our second word problem. Mary and Bill were counting their money to see how much money they had combined. Mary has 2 nickels, 2 quarters, and 2 $5 bills. Billy has 2 pennies, 1 dime, and 2 $5 bills. How much money do they have combined? So first, let's look for our clue word. Let's just take a minute and look. Oh, I found it. It's combined. Now, is combined an addition clue word or a subtraction clue word? Oh yeah, an addition one. So we're going to be adding. So let's find out how much money Marie has. So her cents equals 60, but we can't just write it as a regular 60 cents. We got to make sure we write it with the dollar sign at 0, our decimal, and our cents written to the right. So now we're going to take that 60 cents plus that $10, which equals $10.60. So now let's try and find out how much money Billy has. His cents equal up to 12 cents. Remember, write it with our dollar sign right here. Write it like this. So we're going to take 12 cents plus $5 plus $5 equals $10.20 and 12 cents, not 20 cents. So $10.12. How much money do they have combined? So we're going to take $10.60 plus $10.12, which equals $20.72. So combined, they have $20.72. So now let's work together. Now that you've followed along with the examples I did, it is now time to work together. So I'm going to ask our important questions that we asked in the last slide, and we'll work together to work through them. So our problem 1. Abby and Katie want to go get a snack. First, they need to count how much money they have total. Abby has 3 nickels, 1 quarter, and 3 $1 bills. Katie has 2 pennies, 5 dimes, and 1 $5 bill. How much money do they have total? So remember, first we're going to look for our clue word. What is our clue word? Oh, I found it. Our clue word is total. So now I have to think, is total an addition clue word or a subtraction clue word? Oh, it's an addition clue word. So now that we know we're going to be adding, let's first find out how much money Abby has. So Abby has, let's think. So the math, remember, once we figure out how much cents she has, we got to put that dollar sign in the front and put our cents after our decimal. So Abby has $3.40. Now, how much money does Katie have? Let's take a minute and look. She has 2 pennies, 5 dimes, and 1 $5 bill. How much does she have? Remember, after we find our cents, we got to put that dollar sign in front and cents to come after our decimal. Oh, Katie has $5.52. Now let's find out how much they have in total. Remember, you want to add how much Abby has to what Katie has. So we're going to take $3.40 plus $5.52, which equals, $8.92. So in total, Katie and Abby have $8.92. Let's do problem 2. Caleb and Joe are counting how much money they have. They want to see how much more money Caleb has than Joe. Caleb has 2 nickels, 1 quarter, and 1 $10 bill. Joe had 3 pennies, 4 $1 bills, and 1 $5 bill. How much more money does Caleb have than Joe? So first we gotta find that clue word so we know what we're gonna do. Take a minute and look. Oh, I found it. How much more is a clue word, but is an addition clue word or a subtraction clue word? Oh, it's a subtraction clue word. So now let's find out how much money Caleb has. He has 2 nickels, a quarter, and 1 $10 bill. So remember, with our cents, we have to make sure there's dollar sign and our cents are after our decimal. Caleb has $10.35. Now that we know how much Caleb has, let's find out how much Joe has. He has 3 pennies, 4 $1 bills, and 1 $5 bill. So remember, with those cents, we're going to put them after our decimal with that dollar sign out in front. Joe has $9.03. So now we have to find out how much more money Caleb has than Joe. So we're going to take Caleb's total of $10.35 and minus Joe's total of $9.03. So $10.35 minus $9.03 equals $1.32. So Caleb has $1.32 more than Joe. Isn't that cool? All right, it's now your turn. Now that we have worked together, it's now your turn. Remember to make sure you are looking for our clue word so you can help you decide if you need to add or subtract to help you get the answer. So I'm going to read you the problem, and after I read you the problem, you can pause the video to work through your problem, and then once you have the answer, you can press play and go on to the next part. So problem 1. Mark and Mike were counting the money in their wallets. They want to know how much they have all together. Mark has 2 quarters, 2 $1 bills, and 1 $5 bill. Mike has 2 nickels, 3 dimes, and 1 $10 bill. How much money do they have all together? Pause the video here and work through it. See what you saw, try and find your answer. Now that you've found your answer, let's go here. So together, Mark and Mike have $17.90. Whoa. Let's go to problem 2. So remember, after the question, you're going to pause it so you can solve it. So Kelly and Kevin are going to the candy store. The candy they want to buy is $3.25. They have 3 nickels, 2 dimes, and 1 $5 bill. What is the difference in how much money they have and how much the candy costs? Remember to look for that clue word. Now that you have found your answer, here's the answer. So they have $2.10 left after buying the candy. Nice! And here's our third problem. So Kenzie's mom gave her $5.32. Kenzie has 2 pennies, 1 quarter, and 1 $5 bill. How much money does Kenzie now have in all? Now that you have solved that, here's our answer. Kenzie now has $10.59 in all. Nice! So now that we have finished answering our 3 questions, let's take a final look at our proficiency scale. Have we learned everything we needed? I think we have, because remember, we have worked on solving word problems that have involved dollars, quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies, and being able to tell if we need to add and subtract. We've also worked on writing the dollar sign and cent symbol appropriately. I also feel like we might have a really good idea of all of these. So I'm thinking we might be at a 3. Where do you think you are? Take a minute to think about that. If you need to, you can pause so you can think a little more. So now I have a challenge for you. Here is a challenge. Now try and come up with a few word problems of your own. While making your word problems, make sure you use a clue word. By using a clue word, it helps the other people who you want to maybe solve it so they know if they need to add or subtract. You also need to make sure that you know the answer to your word problem, so if somebody tries to answer it, you know if their answer is correct or not. So now that you have made your word problems, go and ask someone to try and solve your word problems. Let us know how it goes. Thanks. That's the end. Bye, guys. And here's our little references. Bye.